Chery Tiggo 4 Pro has gained popularity in Australia as soon as Chery introduced this inexpensive, very nice little compact SUV. Well, in Russia it's getting refreshed now, replaced as a matter of fact, with Chery Tiggo 4. No more Pro, and a lot of new additions, changes to its drivetrain, changes to a lot of other things. So today we are showcasing and gratefully translating and remixing the content from another wonderful Russian automotive channel called autosport.ru. And we're going to follow our host Alexei here and going to see exactly how the new Chery Tiggo 4 is different from Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. Don't forget that those markets, such as Russian market, they get variety of models, including Chery vehicle models, much sooner, much earlier than we do here in Australia. So we have a lot to learn from them. So if nothing else, that is the reason for you to look ahead. And if you say to me, well, Dmitry, we might never get it, we might not. However, the refreshed Haval Julian, we found out early from the Russian market that they get a refreshed model, reviewed it, translated it, and now, lo and behold, Haval Julian is refreshed. So this probably and likely is also coming.
This video is sponsored by the old friends of this channel, Autocast. Autocast are very well established on the market manufacturers of wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple Carplay AI boxes, which is basically a wireless adapter for your car. If your car is struggling with wireless connectivity to built-in wired Android Auto, wired Apple CarPlay, then Autocast is one of the major, biggest brands that are offering massive discounts to my community to check out. Check out the links in the description below. They have a lot of units. Lately I've reviewed like a couple of them, and this is also your chance to check the Auto Gear Reviews sister channel of mine, of Value Cars Australia, where I go in depth into unboxing, installation and other things about these units. Check them out.
This is the new and improved Chery Tiggo 4, which is a potential and almost guaranteed bestseller, because previously available Chery Tiggo 4 Pro was in the top 5 of the most sold models of vehicles in Russia in 2024, and it was actually in the top 3 of the most popular China-made cars, trailing just a bit behind Haval Julian and Chery Tiggo 7. Overall, Chery sold 52,000 Tiggo 4 Pro models for vehicles in Russia in 2024, which is an absolutely ridiculous, crazy number if we compare the sales to what we're seeing in Australia. So now they have dropped this suffix Pro, which is a great thing in my opinion, as it makes the car sound less like a phone. Prices have changed also, obviously. The base model of Tiggo Pro could have been purchased back then for 2 million rubles, translation to what it means right now for Australian dollars is on the screen for you, while now the base model of Tiggo 4 will be a little more expensive, sold for about 2.3 million rubles. Not a massive, but still an increase, obviously. One of the major changes of this model compared to the predecessor Chery Tiggo 4 Pro is that it lost its CVT transmission and replaced it with dual clutch transmission. Front grille obviously has changed and looks more like the modern Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max, with rectangular LED headlights and added frontal side parking sensors as well, which is nice in the base models. Yep. A rear of the vehicle has also changed for the better, in my humble opinion, where the rear pillars have these nice looking plastic black insets. Tailgate looks very different, the rear bumper looks more, or should I say serious, and dare I say more expensive, and the tail lights are now that big strip in the middle. 340 of officially stated and unchanged boot volume. Tailgate is manually operated, not electrically powered, and for some unknown reason Chery decided to remove the luggage curtain. Are they really saving the costs this way? I don't know. How much was it? $5? Who knows? Platform of the whole vehicle is still the same. Rear wheels are supported by the single solid beam. They are not independently suspended. Clearance of the whole vehicle under all the protective layers there is measured at about 17 centimeters, which is fair. Original 1.5-liter atmospheric petrol engine used to be available with both the CVT and manual transmissions on the territory of Russia actually, while now they will only have 1.5-liter turbo petrol engine with a cast iron cylinder block in case it matters to you. It's the same engine that they use in Chery Armada 5, actually, funnily enough. So it so far actually has proven itself to be a reliable power unit, at least according to our host here. As already mentioned, this updated Tiggo 4 comes with a new model of China-made 6-speed DCT transmission, which is apparently also used on another very popular vehicle in Russia, Jetour Dashing, which is another brand and model not available to us in Australia. Ah well, we are used to feeling disappointed. Interior, so let's have a look at that. It has been updated as well, and now it also resembles one of the more expensive and popular Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max. It looks richer, quality of the materials is nice enough, even with some elements of cheaper plastic, such as these blinker and cruise control stalks under the steering wheel. They are slightly cheapishly made. But overall, for this price category, this is more than acceptable. I would say so, and our host says the same thing here. The frontal seats have also apparently changed from the previous kind of model to these ones similar to the ones used in Armada 5, if not the same, it's hard to tell. They are the bucket seats with integrated headrests. Our host here says that sitting in those seats as a driver became noticeably more comfortable. The lower seat cushion is longer, feels longer, its angle cannot be adjusted, but the default position apparently is quite comfortable without any of those extra adjustments. But of course, we are all different heights, different shapes and sizes, all sized differently, so your mileage probably will vary. You need to go there to the dealership and sit in one of these before you order one. Another noticeable change is that the new seats make you sink lower into the vehicle, while in the older model of Tiggo 4 Pro, the seats placed you higher, which some people complained about. Apparently, some owners complained about feeling that their heads almost pushed against this low ceiling. I have personally test-driven a Chery Tiggo 4 Pro here in Sydney, Australia, not that long ago, and I didn't notice that problem with my average 175 centimeter height. In fact, I like sitting higher, so this claim of lower sinking bucket seat is not great news. But hey, I'm also not the target market for this vehicle anyway. Chery also improved the stock standard level of passenger safety, which is great to hear. Previously, the base versions of Tiggo 4 Pro had only 2 airbags, which is definitely not enough, and while now it's upgraded to include 4, the top versions of Tiggo 4 lineup will have 7, which is fantastic. One strange observation our host is also sharing here is that the driver door now requires substantially more of an effort to close properly. But in any case, you're buying a new car, so I don't think it's unreasonable for you to expect to close the door without having to slam them. And by the way, I had exactly the same experience with the tailgate, not the doors, but the tailgate of my old LDV D90. No light in the sunshade mirrors, and the rear view mirror being the most basic plastic construction that you would have seen in, I don't know, 30-year-old cars of your childhood. The rest of the interior and electronics is more or less the same as in the old Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. A nice enough electronic instruments panel with very clear kind of and well-designed speedo and odometer, responsive enough infotainment system apparently, but the built-in sat-nav system that used to be present in Tiggo 4 Pro, presumably higher top models, now it has been removed. So your whole reliance will be on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity with what was not explicitly called out, whether it's wireless or wired. So yet again, I would personally not be too stingy and cheap and buy a very inexpensive but reliable wireless Android Auto adapter. They are driving on wet asphalt, looks like it's just kind of a bit of a miserable weather there, so not the greatest conditions to measure vehicle's performance, acceleration, braking, etc. accurately enough, but our host says that his approximate measurements suggest that Tiggo 4 accelerates from 0 to 100 in about 10 seconds. Well, it's not a racing car in case you were wondering, so I think it's fair. General feeling from driving the new Tiggo 4 is apparently quite good. DCT is switching the gears very smoothly, there are no delays like they experienced on the latest Tank 700, so here the engine actually accelerates very nicely and effortlessly. But when you are in a start-stop situation in heavy city traffic jam at lower speeds, it's apparently a slightly more annoying and different story. This particular car has only 2,000 kilometers on the clock, it's brand new, and when you move slowly in a traffic jam, the DCT has to switch the gears frequently and adjust the ratios frequently. So apparently our host as a driver can feel vibration through the whole body of the vehicle and some unpleasant jerkiness, which I can only imagine is resembling what I used to hate about my old MG HS 2021 model during my ownership. Not good if it's anything remotely similar to that. Brakes apparently perform averagely, nothing special, slightly lazy, not very snappy. When you have to brake urgently, the nose dive of Tiggo 4 can be felt very noticeably, dives, which you'll probably get used to, but apparently it's not very pleasant. So now speaking of chassis and suspension a little bit more, changing lanes rapidly, avoiding virtual obstacles, kind of if you try to veer very quickly and then try to return into your lane. During the on-road test, the car performs adequately once again, so nothing amazing but nothing horrible either. It's a small and inexpensive city SUV, what do you expect? Our host says that there is not much feedback and sense of the steering wheel being properly connected to the motion on the road. I guess it's a matter of taste, as some like light steering, like you barely touch it and it moves, while others need that sense of almost mechanical connectivity, where obviously the steering is powered by an electric motor. In sport mode, and on higher speeds, steering wheel becomes noticeably heavier, apparently, as it probably should be. However, we are also being told here that at speed you might feel that Tiggo 4 actually doesn't hold the straight line confidently enough. But that's apparently a common observation for inexpensive Chery SUVs. When they were testing Armada 5 at highway speeds, they also were catching themselves thinking that they need to adjust the steering manually with the hands, rather than relying on the car holding itself in the lane without too much help from the driver. Sound insulation is pretty bad, unsurprising, and the noise isn't coming from the engine bay. Engine bay might be insulated okay, but it's clearly coming from underneath the car, from the wheel arches. They hear the sound of tires resonating, and that road hum alone certainly cheapens the whole driving experience of Tiggo 4 quite a bit. Above 60 km an hour, suspension feels adequate and smooth enough, but if you're under 60, suspension starts feeling a lot more rigid, jumping on every little bump, you can feel everything and not absorbing much of that road unevenness at all. Once again, not surprising for a car that costs well under 30,000 Australian dollars in 2025. Tiggo 4, without a doubt, will be popular one way or another, as ultimately money talks. And if the car is priced competitively while offering all the basic features and creatures comforts to a buyer on a budget, whether it's Russia, Australia or anywhere else, that's what's going to beat any smaller imperfections. And that's it, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this very quick, smooth and rapid review of Chery Tiggo 4, the updated version of a fairly popular SUV that certainly is value for money in Australia, Russia. I think that again money talks, and that's why they're gonna sell like hotcakes, especially when they updated to this, personally I think, much more appealing looking package, especially considering that the price has not changed all that crazy dramatically. So whenever this model rolls out in Australia, I hope that Chery also keeps it priced roughly the same. Let me know in the comments down below, have you already bought Chery Tiggo 4 Pro? Would you feel a little bit let down by the company if in short succession, say within the next 6 months, we don't have any confirmation of that by the way, but if they rolled out this newly updated facelifted version, would you feel let down? Would you feel like, well, come on, I just bought my Chery Tiggo 4 Pro and now this better looking by every stretch of imagination Chery Tiggo 4 rolls out? I'd love to hear from you, and this is one of the questions that I'd like to ask you. Thank you again for being with me through the whole duration of the video. If you're still watching, if you're still here, please give me a quick like before you drop out, and I'll talk to you next week about something else value cars related in Australia and abroad. Goodbye for now.